All right, everyone. I am really excited to talk about this one today. This is the American Blade Works Model 2. Comes in a nice embroidered padded zipper pouch. Toss that off to the side. I'm going to put a link to the American Blade Works website down below. There's also a Facebook group, I think it is. I'll see if I can put a link to that or not. Michael Martin is the owner, maker, designer, all of the above. And Gary, a good friend of the channel, sent this in. And it just so happens this is one of the first ones to go out because he hasn't even done the drop on these yet until today at the time of filming. So this comes out at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern a.m. And you can go to the website, I think, and jump in on the drop. Maybe it's only on Facebook. I don't know. I'll have details down below. But this is cool. Now, I've talked a lot about the value you get for handmade custom knives outside of the United States. South Africa comes to mind as really great bang for your buck. Michael has proven me wrong. These are all made in North Carolina. He makes everything except for the screws and the bearings, which is pretty typical. People buy screws and people buy bearings. Okay, cool, no problem. He does the rest of the work himself in North Carolina, and he only charges you $329. $329 for a Magna Cut milled blade, and we'll talk about that. This isn't ground. This is milled out with a CNC mill. Titanium inset liner lock, flipper tab for $329. I'm not even sure how that's possible. I don't get it. I don't understand how that's possible. This thing is pretty awesome. Now, I have talked to Michael since I've gotten it, because you can see here, it does have a little bit of an issue. So there is a detent ramp, but it's a little bit in the wrong spot in this first run that he's made, because he makes them himself and he's learning. Asked me if I had any feedback, and that was really all I had for him. I like pretty much everything else about it. It's 4.5 inches closed, 7 3/4 overall. You got 3.22-inch blade length with a 3.03 cutting edge. Super crazy sharp. Like, it's sharp. Magna Cut in general just really sharpens well from the Magna Cuts that I have handled. This one is no different. 0.017 behind the edge. Ceramic detent and ceramic bearings. It runs like a champ. Once you get it past that detent ball, you're golden. It's just right here at the edge. So I've got it just past the lock bar. Now it's on the detent ball. And now it's going to be just fine. As you work with it, you'll get kind of a nuanced thing on how to close it and get it past that point of no return, if you will. But super cool milling. This is the only variation available right now at the drop, which the drop is, if you're watching this later. So April 28th, 2023 is the day of the drop. I don't know how many there are, but it's super cool. So you have a captured pivot. And what is a little bit interesting, and let's just kind of do a walk around of the whole thing here, is that's a T15 pivot, and it's a T7 for the body screws and pocket clip, which I just thought were interesting sizes. Most of the time, it's like a T8 for the pivot and T6s for the body screws, or maybe T8s all the way across. But when I saw the pivot being really big, I was like, what size is that? So I checked it, and then I was like, well, are these 6s or 8s? I wasn't quite sure because it threw me off. And it wasn't a 6 or an 8. It's a 7. I don't know. But yeah, it's really cool. So the milled blade, you can see the milling passes because he just grinds a little bit off. It doesn't grind, like it mills it out. You guys know what a mill is. Do I need to explain that? But it does passes. And then he gets a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, all the way down. And then then you do grind in that final bevel. It's a cool way to do it. Not everybody's doing that. When Alex and I got the North Arms Skaha, they used to do that on their blades. And then they stopped. Grimsmo Norseman is probably the most famous milled blades out there, I'm going to guess, because they've been doing it for a long time. And on the Grimsmos, you can feel them much more than you can here. You can feel a little bit, but it's not as pronounced as on the Norseman. I think that's cool. That adds to, well, in my mind, that adds to the price. But there may be some economy to scale there where the machine is just working and does it all itself. And then it saves him time on his own. Love the inset liner lock. Decent lockup. It just, yeah. Super smooth. Perfectly on center. Nice titanium backspacer, titanium clip. It's not titanium hardware. Like I care. The flipper tab is done really well. It's a little bit of the light side on the detent for me. But it fires 99% of the time. You have to really kind of try to misfire it. I always have that kind of running, I like a running start. I don't know. So I have no problems with the flipper. Okay, maybe a little bit stronger detent. I like a medium plus detent. This one's more of like a medium rare, if you will. More of a medium well is probably where I sit if we were to put it in those type of terms. This thing feels great in the hand. I mean, it's like a 3 1/4 inch blade, which is typically smaller than what I like. But I'm getting over that. And I'm carrying 3 1/4 and 3 1/2 inch blades now. I don't always carry a 4 inch blade. This thing is just too cool. It's like literally too cool for school. I don't know. I'm super digging this. And I'm very honored that Gary had it sent straight to me first so that I could try to debut it here. And there may be some other videos. I don't know. I'm not going to be Mr. I'm got the first one ever. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't know. But I did a video. It was about 2 years ago, the Model 2. I mean, the Model 1. This is the Model 2. The Model 1. And the Model 1, you can go watch the video, please, is similar in style to this Skaha. It's not the same, but it's got a drop point blade and things like that. It's more similar to that. But I'm trying to see, what do I have for this? So this 329 made in America. This was like 305. This was about the same price, give or take. This might have been 295. Okay, whatever. When I got it, I think they were on sale for like 295 or something like that. So $300, 329. So $30 more. This is made right here in the United States. And I know that's a big thing to a lot of people. That's a game changer to people. Some people are like, I get the comments and the messages about how they can't believe that I buy knives that are made overseas. Well, it's $300. What do I care where it's made? I don't, personally. I've talked about that before. I'm not going to talk about that here. These are about the same price, give or take 20, 30 bucks. Made in America, made overseas. Both liner locks, carbon fiber versus titanium, thumb stud versus flipper tab. Little bit longer. This one is, what are these? S35s. So S35 versus MagnaCut. This is a much better knife. Just parts and pieces. This is the better knife. And you know that I love my Hellraisers. Apples to apples, this is the better knife. And it's 30 bucks difference. You can get some good stuff made in America at great prices. You just have to look around. You got to be ready to go because these will... He doesn't have that many, I'm guessing. I don't know how many he's made for the drop. I didn't ask that specific question. I thought that might be insider information. But yeah, this is super cool. I like this one better than I liked the Model 1, honestly. And I'm not really a Wharncliffe sheepfoot type guy. But I love this. So take that for what it's worth. We are talking to Michael about coming on the EDC Hour. So please go subscribe to the EDC Hour. I would love to have you guys over there watching Alex and I just chat about knives and watches and things of that nature from time to time. We're every other Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm actually leaving to go out of town at the time of filming this. So when this airs, I will be out of town, but I'm still watching my phone and the comments and all that good stuff. So if you got questions, let me know. I'm going to put his website down below as well as his Instagram. His Instagram might be more up to date than the website. Might be easier to find him over on Instagram to chat. There's also a Facebook group or something too, so you can look for that. I don't know. What else can I say? Go check out my Model 1 video over here. Just be aware. I did that video like 2 years ago with a different camera, a different microphone, a different background in a totally different room. It's not, I have upped my game over the last 3 years, 3.5 years of doing YouTube. I think I've leveled up quite a bit. So be gentle in your comments on the Model 1 video. It was a long time ago. Thanks a lot, guys.